And now, for my little quick story time that I said I was going to input in the video. The first time I withdrew from Alprazolam, I was taking 5 to 7 milligrams in a day for maybe 2 weeks, like 14 days. And I thought I was going to sleep through opiate withdrawal. No, dopamine is not letting you sleep. So, I tried to take benzos, Alprazolam, Xanax, the footballs, the blues, the 1 milligrams. Yes, 1 milligrams. I was taking them and getting all drunk and loopy and dry drunk, whatever you want to call it. I didn't sleep for a second, dude. I didn't sleep. But after that 2 weeks ended, I was like, all right, I'm done. I got through it, but I don't need to take benzos anymore. 2 days after my last benzo dose, boy, when I tell you I was at work and I told my friend Shay, I was like, Shay, my blood pressure doesn't feel right. I was going like this. And he's like, is it too low? Is it too high? I was like, I took 5 beta blockers. He's like, 5 of them. I was like, yep. He's like, that's not the same as anxiety. High blood pressure is not the same. And I already knew that. And I was like, I know. I was like, but I wanted my heart to stop racing. I was in severe hypo. Like, my blood pressure was down past my crotch. I mean, low. I drove to the hospital. I parked my car overnight. I was admitted and I went in there. My body was burning up, cold. I was freaking out. I didn't know what the hell to do with myself. I was panic and freaking rebound anxiety and burning and cold sweats. And it reminded me of opiate, which I was terrible, dude. Terrible. It was so easy to taper off of. When I left the next morning, they gave me one Librium that, 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever, you know, got me all right. And I was like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm going to message the woman that I know has benzos, the Xanax, and I'm going to get them off her. I got like 50 of them and I tapered off. I took 0.5. Yeah, 5 to 7 milligrams. I took 0.5 to take the edge off. And when I did that, 4 or 5 days until that zero point 0.5. Fine. I mean, it took the edge off. It didn't take the full, 0.5 milligrams after like 4 or 5 days. After I think it was like the 4.5, near 5 day mark. That zero point 0.5 knocked me out, dude. And I finally went to sleep for like 2 days. I threw my hands up when I woke up and said, yes, my tolerance dropped. You guys got to look at it like it's a freaking goal, like it's a mission you're trying to accomplish. Don't think scientifically. Don't think emotionally, because if you do, you're gonna start saying things like, "Oh, my GABA receptors are permanently damaged. My this, that." No, dude, they're not fucking permanently damaged. The life you would live consciously if your GABA receptors were permanently damaged forever, forget it. You wouldn't even emotionally respond negatively if that were the case. So I got through that. Once I was on zero point 0.5 and it was working. I went down to 0.25 in like 2 days or so. Not even 3 days maybe. And once I was at that point, I stopped taking it. And guess what? I didn't have any issues. I had no post-acute. I had nothing, dude. I've been through opiate withdrawal so many times, precipitated withdrawal. I can take some pain, dude. This shit didn't bother me. Shit happens. You know what I mean? Another time I had somewhat of withdrawal, I guess. I was taking Clonopin, but I was taking like 1.5, like 1.5 or 2 milligrams a night for like 2 months, and it was at night to go to sleep. And it took 24 hours. My metabolism's quick, so I took 24 hours, and I started to feel a little bit of anxiety, but I didn't feel anything major. Like I was like, you know, I don't feel great, but I don't feel too terrible. Took a beta blocker. I took my propranolol, and the sweating stopped. My heart stopped racing, and I was like, oh. Took a gabapentin. Yeah, a lot of people, oh, don't take gabapentin. It works on the same receptor. No, duh, it works on the same fucking receptor, dude. It means your receptors are not broken. If they're responding to the medication, that means that they are working. Stop freaking the hell out. Please stop spreading that negativity. That helped me sleep, dude. Once I was sleeping regularly again, I stopped taking the gabapentin and I can go to sleep on my own after working out, running, whatever, melatonin with magnesium. You know what I mean? It worked. But some people, they don't give a shit. Like, they're so into it that they're going to sit there and comment and write. I heard, well, I sort of heard what you said, but I also heard the magnesium and the melatonin part. Which do you mix? Do you add anything to do, dude? Pay the fuck attention. Stop freaking out for like a second. No, a minute, 2 minutes, 6 minutes, and 12 seconds so far. Pay a fucking attention, dude. Pay attention. Not everybody withdraws from benzos and alcohol. Not everybody does. Rebound anxiety, yeah. Maybe you didn't work on your underlying issues when you were on the pills. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. There was a time I was in rehab when I was taking maybe 1 or 2 milligrams of Alprazolam for like a month or 2 months because I was trying to get through opiate withdrawal so many times. I couldn't do it. Went into a rehab and they took me off my Zoloft, my gabapentin, which I have for sciatica from Thai boxing, getting kicked in the leg, the Zoloft for the depression since I was like 9 years old. Uh, you know, the benzos I chose to take to try to get through opiate withdrawal, and it didn't work. But I was taking so much of it that, even 1 to 2 milligrams is still a high dosage of alprazolam. There is really no low. 0.25, 0.5 is really not a deadly dose, dude. I don't care what anyone says. You can comment all you, oh, I was on this much. I don't give a shit. It's not going to bother me. But I can tell you, people that have gone through other drug withdrawals, they'll tell you they've been through pain. They can take pain. I can take pain. I've been through pain. Do I want to have it again? No, I don't. But have I been through it multiple times? Oh, yeah. And when I was in that when I was in that rehab, the crash I felt, I was praying somebody from Camden, New Jersey, because that's where I was at, in that area. Somebody from Camden would come and just blow my freaking brains out. I ended up leaving that goddamn rehab. I left. I went home. I took my benzo and I tapered off that benzo until I was okay. And I still relapsed on opiates. So it ain't that freaking easy. And opiate withdrawal ain't that simple, dude. Everybody out there that's not gone through opiate withdrawal and has some minor experience of benzo withdrawal is going to say, benzo withdrawal can kill you. It's the worst. They can go into, you know, you can have a seizure and go into, a coma. And I know, but not everybody does. And the statistics are not even that freaking high for it. So it doesn't mean you're going to have it. I'm not saying go risk it and try cold turkey. No, dude. If you have a fucking prescription, dude, be happy as shit. Just taper. If you have to do a hard taper, yeah, you're going to feel a little sweating. You're going to feel some anxiety, some sleeplessness. Shit happens, dude. Go do cocaine or some shit or meth or whatever. Not really saying to do that for a night or 2 nights. You're going to be up for 5, 6 nights, bro. Like, these people have gone through the insomnia without withdrawal. So going those nights without sleep, they still maintain their sanity. You can maintain your sanity if you're trying to do what you want to do and get off of fucking benzos. First of all, no one's telling you to get off benzos. No one's telling you to. The late 80s, early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, people were not freaking out like this with this benzo holocaust. They weren't doing it. They were not doing it. Sorry to break it to you, but you're not a fucking idiot. Yes, you, the person that might be doubting what I'm saying, you're not dumb. You're clearly intelligent enough to dissect every ounce of the pharmacokinetics of benzodiazepines and relate it to your situation exactly, right? You're that smart. Well, you are. You probably are. You're probably smart for your own goddamn good. That's how I feel like I was. I was too intelligent for my own reality. You know what I mean? This stuff happens, man. I've been through, like I said, the clonazepam withdrawal was just rebound anxiety. It was nothing serious, no physical symptoms. I could start tapering before the withdrawal hit, and once the withdrawal hit, my tolerance already dropped. And you know what I mean? There's different ways, man. My opinion, personally, is just wait till you're as sick as you can be, and take the bare minimum dosage, and wait until that bare minimum dosage finally just works, and you feel better again. That's it, dude. That's the fastest way to get off any fucking drug. The fastest way. I don't care what you say. I hope one of these billions of however many people are watching just try it, and I guarantee you're going to be coming back in a month like, you were right. And I'm going to be like, well, no, I wanted you to experience that. I wanted you to, feel a little bit of pain. So if it ever happens again, it's not new to you. Like, dude, us recovering addicts, I mean, we've gone through so much fucking pain. Benzo withdrawal, I mean, opiate withdrawal has to do with your fucking dopamine. It has to do with dopamine. I mean, you're fiending, but at the same time, you're going through a major panic that lasts weeks. And at the same time, you're sweating, crapping yourself, pissing yourself, not able to keep things down. Uh, so many different issues that are all the same as benzodiazepine withdrawal, plus the dopaminergic issues related to it. So you're also fiending for the drug. Fiending. With benzos, I've never fiended for them. I was like, yeah, I'd love to calm the hell down right now, but I gotta let my tolerance drop. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If you're on benzos, you're gonna experience some of it. If you're not on a high dose, like if you're on 0.5 or 0.25, whatever, for this long, or with lorazepam, the dosages are different. If you're on the lowest dosage of each, you know what I mean, and you're on it for so long, don't sit there and use a fucking uh, earwax removal pincher to drip little doses into water and drink. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Let your tolerance drop, because if you don't, you're going to keep feeding it, and it's going to take forever. You're going to get annoyed. You're not going to have permanent CNS damage. You're just going to get fucking annoyed, and you're going to be like, I can't get off this. Just fucking do it. Have you ever had a panic attack? That's withdrawal, dude. It's panic attacks. All panic attacks. Panic attacks. Panic attacks. That's it. It's just panic attacks. Another time, I remember Alprazolam again. I was taking like maybe 4 milligrams a day for like, I don't know, a month and 2 weeks. And it was because I actually went through something traumatic. So I was prescribed, and you know what I mean? I took more than I was supposed to take. Oh, yeah. And when I stopped, my doctor didn't want to do shit. She was like, I can switch you to another longer acting one, but the dosage is going to be like 3/4 less than what you were taking. All right, fine with me. But that same thing, my body started to get hot and cold, and I was panicking. I couldn't sleep well. However, I took more of a higher dosage before I went to bed, so I could let as many hours go by as I could, sleep through it, wake up, take a beta blocker, get up, do my thing, drink a lot of water. You know what I mean? Do what I can to minimize the effects and go as long as I can between dosages, and boom, eventually I was off of that Alprazolam. Yes, I had the doctor's prescription, and then I also was getting off of a friend so I could taper off of the Alprazolam and do it the right way. Okay? Alprazolam and me do not mix. Clonazepam, lorazepam, if for some reason I don't get hardcore withdrawals from it. Yeah, isn't that weird? Don't don't come up with your own story. Let it happen first. A lot of people that disappear from the groups, like they'll tell you horror stories and shit, they disappear. And on YouTube or on Facebook, someone's going to comment, they probably relapsed. They're not doing good. Most chances are they're doing fucking fine without you. They don't want to come back to that damn group, because if they do, what's going to happen? They're going to get reminded of all of the torturing and suffering that they went through. Does that sound logical? Yeah, of fucking course it does to me. I'm not going to come back if I feel, I'm only here saying this stuff because I love my viewers. I don't give a shit about YouTube. I don't give a shit about I don't get paid for this shit. This ain't my main source of income. I work. But I've gone through opiate withdrawal, benzo withdrawal, all types of different SSRI, SNRIs, gabapentin, this, that, all of it. Gabapentin was never really a problem. I never had that big of a withdrawal. It might have lasted a day and a half, maybe at that. Maybe. You know what I mean? But I don't even know if that's what it was. And everybody out there is a fucking armchair psychiatrist or neurologist. Dude, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're test subjects. You took the damn pills and you didn't work on yourselves. You didn't do shit in between. You might have thought you were, but you didn't do enough. Or you're one of those people that are hypersensitive to coming off of medications and you do suffer withdrawal. There are some people that... Now here's one bit of advice before I end this video. One bit of advice for people that have been on a benzodiazepine for a long, extended period of time. One bit of advice. I don't give a shit if you go against it. It doesn't bother me. It's not going to freak me out. It's not going to piss me off. So don't even worry. You can say what the fuck you want to say. Go to a detox center. Let them switch you over to another benzodiazepine, which will most likely be Librium or Ativan, if you're not on one of those. If you're on Klonopin or Alprazolam, or, you know what I mean? Go to a fucking detox center. Let them drop. You might fucking suffer for a week or 2 weeks if you stay. But guess what? Once you get home, you take a lower dose of what you were taking. Let's say you run 4 milligrams of alprazolam or clonazepam, and then you come home after that detox center. Now you're taking 1 milligram or 0.5, and it's actually working. Congratulations, you just fucking dropped your dose. Keep at that dose for a little while. Try to taper down yourself after that. If it's not hard, if it's not easy enough for you, go back to the fucking detox center. Go back, do what you gotta do. Let them drop your dose. Let them crash you a little bit so you can get your fucking tolerance lower. Come back home, take a little bit again, and guess what? You're at the lowest dose you could possibly be. Congratulations. You just got off. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to do it. I'm not saying go to a detox center and fucking call it a day after and be like, oh, I'm off of benzos now. No, dude, that's not how it works. If you've been on them for an extended period of time prescribed and you want to lower your dosage, go to a detox center. Let them have you for a week or two. Come back home. Take half the dosage you were taking, or more than, less than half what you were taking. It's going to work. You're going to be like, holy shit. Do that, and then go back if you have to, dude. That's my point. It's science. Science translates into human terminology, thought, and emotion. If you have a bunch of negative imbalances going on through your head, it's going to translate into human terminology, thought, and emotion. So, yeah. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Cheer the fuck up, dude. Do what you have to do. If you have to go to a detox center, just fucking go. Just go, bro. Or sis, go. Let them drop you a little bit. Come back, continue. If you have to go back again, you go back. You've had the experience. You're not that bad. Go back. Do it again. Come back. Take that low dose until you're done. And bada bing, bada boom. That's it. You're fucking done. Then it's self-work. Don't neglect self-work. That's my point. Good night.